Oh, ladies and gentlemen,
Hi.
the beautiful and gorgeous Megan Hilty.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
So much better now that you're here. Thank you so much for doing our show again. You have had fans online for 2 hours.
Yay.
Yeah, they love you, and it's so great. We have so many questions for you. And the last time you were with us was just as you were ending your run in Wicked.
Yeah.
And how did being in the show affect your life?
How did being in Wicked affect my life?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I mean, it's in so many ways. It would take more than the however long we have for this interview. I mean, I spent four years of my life with that show and that role, and I don't know. I went through like every possible thing you could go through in life while I was doing that show. So it meant a lot to me in so many different ways. I mean, is there anything more specific?
No. I just think you own the role of Glinda, and I've told you this before. I just think you're so spectacular. I was at your last show, and then now I'm hearing that you're returning. Is this true?
Yes, I'm going to be closing out the LA company.
I'm so excited.
It's kind of unofficial, but I've been telling everybody anyway.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble for it, but whatever.
Nah, what are you gonna do? What are they gonna do? Say you don't have the role? So you get to go on vacation. Right? Too bad. Did you receive like a lot of offers prior to accepting 9 to 5?
Oh God! Well, I've been attached to 9 to 5 for about a year and a half now, doing the readings and stuff like that. So, I've just kind of always been planning on doing this.
Oh, good for you. And did you have to audition for 9 to 5, or was it offered to you?
Well, the first reading, because it's Joe Mantello, the same director as Wicked, and I got a phone call asking if I'd like to do the reading while we were rehearsing for the LA company of Wicked. And I was like, yeah, of course, I'd love to. And then they kept me for the next one, and then here I am, still doing it. So I guess in a way the first reading was my audition.
I just found out today about you returning to Wicked, and I got so excited. I cannot wait. I got so excited.
It's going to be a lot of
It's going to be a blast, and I'm so excited to see 9 to 5. I'm seeing 9 to 5 in a couple weeks. I wanted to get through the first couple weeks first, but how has that been going?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, it's a huge show technically, which is why you might have heard that we had to cancel some of our previews. It's a huge show technically, and when you see it, you'll totally understand because there's sets coming in from the sides, from the ceiling, from the floor. There's 2 trapdoors, huge trapdoors that change entire sets. So it's quite a spectacle. So it's been taking a while to put all that together, but it's been worth it.
Oh yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he interviewed you last week for the Gay and Lesbian Times in Orange County,
yeah.
and isn't he great?
He's fantastic.
I love him, Tim Parks, and he was talking about you saying it's a technologically advanced show, and I said, for someone to be in Wicked and to say that, it must be, huge and amazing.
Well, yeah, well, I say that because it's so elaborate. I mean, there's like 8 prop people, that's like 2 rooms dedicated to the props. I mean, it's so detailed. You really, really, really feel like you're in an office in 1979. It's crazy.
I'm so excited to take over like such a role. How did that feel? Do you come in fresh on something like this and make it your own, or do you try to follow Dolly's lead at times? How does that work?
Well, it's funny because I kind of went through the same thing with Wicked because, Kristen Chenoweth made such a huge mark on that character. I mean, she made that character what it is. And so I kind of got some practice through that job, trying to figure out how to make a really well-established role my own.
Sure.
But it's a little different when you have a living legend in the room with you, watching what you're doing with their role. I think you played a little bit of one of my prior interviews before, but it really was after I got the job, I was so excited, and then I was like, wait a second, Dolly's going to be there? Oh, my goodness. It was so, I mean, I almost had a heart attack. But, like, the minute you meet her, you totally understand, like, how supportive she is and how fun she is to have around. I mean, she really changes the energy in a room when she comes in.
She's so amazing.
Better.
And she's tiny.
Oh, she's teeny tiny, except for the big parts.
Except for, which you got the girls going on, too.
But I've definitely got the help in my costumes.
Yeah, but you definitely got that going on. Let's take a couple calls. We have tons and tons of callers online. Let's just take a couple now, if you don't mind. Okay. Area code 601. You're on the air with Megan Hilty.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Who's this?
Olivia.
Hi, Olivia. How are you?
Hi, Olivia.
I'm good. Which is a more challenging role to play, Glinda or Doralee?
Oh, good question, honey.
They both have their challenges. It's funny. It's with Doralee. It's really great to play a character who's so confident in who they are from beginning to end through the show. And with Glinda, she just has a huge change. She becomes a completely different person by the end of the show. So they both got their own difficult parts to them, but they're both really, really fun to play.
Which one is vocally more tough?
Probably Glinda, because just as the character changes throughout the show, her voice changes too.
Right, from your high soprano to more of a belting situation, right?
Yeah, and then she becomes more grounded, literally through her voice. I mean, people do that in life, so I think that's a really important thing to do, to carry over on stage. There's more levels to the singing because of the change in her in herself. And whereas Doralee starts the show out in a very secure place. She knows who she is, and she celebrates it, and that comes out in her voice.
Totally. I'm so happy right now. I'm really happy. You're so great. I just really love watching you perform, and you're so sweet, and I just want to say in person, you're so beautiful, by the way, too. That skin, honey. What?
Thank you.
I want to know what kind of moisturizer the girl uses. Okay. No, you're just always so polite and sweet and beautiful, and I really, really appreciate that. And as one of your fans, we have a lot of your fans here, and I consider myself one. I really appreciate that. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Area code 559. You're on the air.
Oh, hi guys. It's Ashley.
Hi. Hi, Ashley. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Pretty good.
I'm good. Do you have a question for Megan?
I do. I have kind of a question, comment, segue thing going on here.
Okay.
So, first, Megan, I just want to say that you are such a big inspiration, and you're such an amazing performer, and you're a true role model for your fans. So thank you so much for that.
Oh,
and
thank
also,
you.
And also that, I just want to know, who inspires you? Who's your role model?
Oh, man, there are so many. I have so many. I guess I'll start out with my mom. She's a very, very strong woman who I just look up to in so many ways. My very first voice teacher was a huge inspiration to me. Not only because she taught me how to love and appreciate good music, but she's blind, and so she didn't take for granted anything in her life, and it was amazing to watch her